So everybody, good evening once more. Mazezoke is back here. As you all know, the results are finally coming in. The results are finally almost in. The results are finally almost in. So people, let's see. So if you can see me, if you can hear clearly, there is, array of celebration at Professor Soludo's house. Now we are speaking. This is a live video feed. People are So people, you can see that now it is happening live. It is happening live and direct. You can see a lot of people, for some reason, when this started, a lot of people trooped into Professor Soludo's house, and they were standing outside, and INEC started announcing the results. So the results so far announced by INEC, while we are bringing you the live feed, let us go to ingenjemedia.com and bring you the results that's been able to tally together from what INEC is announcing. It is indeed a great day in Anambra State that the people are actually getting a feel of what they voted for. People, look at these. results here. This is obviously Ginger Media TV, sorry, Ginger Media News. Anything you want to know about this election, head to www.gingermedia.com. So obviously, as you all know, we only publish verified information. Now, let's quickly go ahead and look at the information as it stands. See, people, everyone, this is what is happening here. According to what we are reporting from INEC now, Dunukofia is now declared APC 1000. APC is actually 1991. That's a very fantastic year. Now, followed by PDP 1680 and APGA a whooping 4124. Okay, so we come back to Oka South and we can see that here. These are the results. These are the results. These are the results. PDP came second. They beat APC silly 12,891. Oyi local government, yes, as we showed you last night and as I showed you today again, there is some areas and one polling unit that was not covered in Oyi. But again, YPP got 900, PDP 2,484, APGA 6,133, and APC 2,830. There is something happening in Anambra. In Anambra, if you remember, Anambra is the reason why Buhari went to the town to speak about 97% and 5%, because in 2015, Anambra State gave Buhari 5% and he got angry. Obviously, he did not try to appease in the Anambra. He never visited Anambra. And 4 years later, what did Anambra do? While Ebony, Abia, we are trying to give between 15, 19, and 25%. What did Anambra do again? Anambra didn't care. They flogged Buhari again with the same number. And here you have APC once more back in Anambra. And this is 2021. The fight was between, you know what obviously that means. The good thing here is, people, the results, head direct to njenjemedia.com. You will see that result here. Come back to Anambra East 2034, APGA 9,749, YPP 559. And it appears this is only 4 parties. You see, when people were asking, why did Arise TV have only 3 candidates? Obviously, there is what you call projections, you know. But again, YPP is not doing badly, actually. YPP is not doing badly. But if you go back to Onitsha, you see 2050. APGA keeps on doubling the figures. Whatever APC scores, be rest assured that APGA is more than likely to double it. Remember when I was doing analysis before now, we looked at Abatete, where there was what we call manufacturing, you know, the manufacturing of votes. I've been told that that has been cancelled. That particular place has been cancelled. But there is one thing I also uncovered. You know, while I was, you see, that's one good thing about technology. I uncovered something, and that might also blow your mind. If you follow me on Twitter, I've also tweeted about what I uncovered. But for the benefit of those of you who have joined me now, I will still come back to this, but let me quickly show you that which I uncovered, because this is unbelievable. I never knew that something like this could actually happen in my state, and that there are people also still stupid and silly in the things and how they want to rig election. Look at this. Let's see if we can make this bigger, and so that some of you can actually see what we want to show you here. Okay, look, I hope you can see it now. Look, this is unbelievable. Have you ever seen all the Soludo in his own community scored about 176, I think. But somehow, can you see these manufacturing APC from nowhere, not even Anduba in his own community. Anduba in his own community never, ever scored anything close to this. But look at this. APC 1,000 plus. Can you imagine? And there is someone, you guys have to stay around today. We are coming online to do analysis on who is behind this. Because from the information and those that will be joining me very soon, we have been able to uncover who is behind this. You can see that APC. Now, someone actually does something so outrageous that the individual doesn't actually think. How can you gave ZLP 0, YPP 7, SDP 4, PRP 1. Now you go to APGA, you give them 32, then come to APC 1018, I'll be 1028. Come on, people. That is what we say in Igbo. Look, even that you're still the one that even the landlord will be chasing you around. Look, 1028 actually, not 18, 1028. You can see that on the screen. And thanks goodness, but I still need to confirm this. You look at this and you keep wondering to yourself, what was the individual thinking? Again, technology is going to help us to keep finding these nitty-gritties, and we must keep exposing them. Exposing them, that's all we have to do. Now look at this, right? If you look at that, that's still the abatete. Look at there, you see that's abatete here. But because it's a little bit blurred, but that's what it is. And you can see the figures. 1028. This is unbelievable, people. But one good news now is let's go back to the software. People are happy with the software. People just got out of the software. And they are indeed. The people of the software are happy. And any person of conscience must be happy with the people of the software. Look at grandmas. Look at mama. Look at mama. He's happy because her vote counted. That's it. That's all the people were asking. Look at mama. He's happy because the person she wanted, look at her. You know what the time now is? Mama should be indoors, getting ready to go to bed, but mama is outside here trying to, be happy because things are happening. So the result, we are still waiting for INEC to make the but it's just a formality now. I can tell us that what we are waiting for now is mere formality. It's mere formalities. Hold on, what we are waiting for. But this level of freedom that we saw in our battle, I have never seen such before. Yeah? And you see people are shouting, can, this is our own. That is the slogan of happening. Let me see if people can join me now. People are happy. Come on. Tell me you're watching me now. I know many of you like this that you are joining them in that happy. Who doesn't like it? I hope that Professor Soludo, we must hope and we must pray for him that by the time he is officially the governor, he will not disappoint. He will not disappoint. He would identify with us, the dotted people, the dots. Yeah, the dotted people. That's who we are. So we must say congratulations to the Anambra. The election was peaceful. Yes, there were issues here and there with the new Beaver's card machine, but there was no violence, no death recorded. Everything went all well. And that's a point that we must all note. So if you want to look at the results in details as we have published it, please head straight to themedia.com and you can read details of the report. Check your local government. Your local government is obviously there, and you know who won in the local government. If we get you the summary, I might quickly maybe get out of the video. Let's pause the video a little bit, or the stream, and let us get into these. Let us get into the media once more and share this. So, which is like a summary. But if you want the details of what happened, please go to media.com. On our website, you will see that there. All we do is for the betterment of the great Igbo nation. So far, this is what we can announce to you. So far, APGA won 17 out of the 19 local governments already announced. PDP won 1 local government. YPP won 1 local government. No result declared, as we said last night, this morning, this afternoon. Ihiala local government, as elections did not hold. That's what was told. What INEC, many of you who joined us in the afternoon, that's what they said. And no result declared for Orumba North local government. These results are still being contested. So if you take this away, one thing that is very clear there, as you can see these results here, expanding this very well, you can actually see this. One thing is very clear. 17 out of 19. Use your tongue to count your teeth. APC is missing in action. It's missing. I hope that will send enough message to the federal government as regards to the position of Ndibo in Nigeria, and also the position of Ndibo with regards to APC. A deputy governor, someone told me today, be rest assured by next week, if the result is eventually confirmed, that you may be expecting or maybe seeing the deputy governor being taken to the dry cleaners in terms of impeachment. I do not know. But I ask myself, why would he impeach someone you didn't elect? Can you actually impeach a deputy governor? I don't know. But let's see what's going to happen. But I think by now, the deputy governor will be thinking, hey, I don't know that I'm this mumu. Honestly, I think the deputy governor will be regretting it now by those actions that he took. I don't know what they promised him. Someone said that they promised to pay their, when they leave, that they promised to pay their salaries for the next couple of years. But be that as it may, for whatever reason he left, the thing is that momentum is gathering as Professor Soludo. People are gathering and they are in anticipation for the official results. So they are waiting for the official announcement, and the moment that official announcement happens, the party proper will start. And correctly now, this is Professor Charles Kuma Soludo's house in the Sophia Aguata local government of Anambra State. And this is what you are watching. As it is now, very, very, very clear. India Anambra has once again said no to APC. Unless maybe APC change. But if they don't change, maybe the Anambra will keep. And I think APC shot themselves in the foot, actually. We have to say this. I think APC shot themselves in the foot. By the virtue of the candidates they brought, they should have known that is a known one. That doesn't mean equally that if Professor Soludo had gone to APC to contest, there is no he might have also failed because there are factors here. Yes, Anambra liked Professor Soludo. Those ideas, remember Professor Soludo, like I once explained to us here, was the chairman of Alibo Stabilization Fund under Ohanese, which he handed over to Professor Obu from Enugu in UNN. Now, Professor Soludo is doing a fantastic job. And what is the job of the Alibo Stabilization Fund? It's very simple, getting together people with brain for them to, develop a blueprint to develop an area without really depending on the federal government. And one of the concepts is um, by another person. The name fails me. I once had an interview with him. Talking about the Enyimba City. If you go to the media here on YouTube, you can also search Enyimba City. You will see that project there. One of the things that ought to also happen, and which we think and hope that by the time Soludo comes in, he will begin to walk the talk, not only on papers anymore, but these things that he's been discussing for years must now come into reality. And look at our mamas there shouting that he who God has made king, no one can take it away from him. In anticipation, they're already saying that God has made Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo the king. And now they are crowing like the cocoa are done. Exactly. So if Soludo was in APC, I don't think the people would ever look at him. That is a fact. The savior is that he identified with his people, you know. Oh, you see that record waxed yesterday by the governor is already trending. Oh, people. Hmm. So the people of Ethiopia, as we say, are still happy. The people of Ethiopia are indeed in a celebratory mood. They are enjoying and they are happiness more. And I think we have another feed coming in now. Professor Soludo is now seeing with the people. He's come out to greet the people. Um, Obviously, I cannot say this enough while we await for the guests to join us. It is very clear that there is a winner, and that winner, people are already celebrating in Professor Soludo's house. People are celebrating here. It is indeed a good one that people are all celebrating in anticipation. Yes, many of you who say thanks to Chief Dr. Chuku Emeka Ezifon, that is Okwadike Ibuku Buruburu. He obviously played some role in calming some nerves down and also speaking as a father. That's why sometimes when I see my brothers and the younger ones online insulting every single person, it breaks my heart because it is not needed. We can always, disagree with one another and also eventually get somewhere and agree in principle. So congratulations to APCA. Congratulations, APC. APC, see you in the next 4 years, Papa Oduma. Congrats to APCA. Everyone, you know, they say, who they say congrats to the person will win. Also say congrats to the person will bring the news to you. The person where they know they sleep, they research, they make all these things they happen. All in the media staff, those working behind the scene, those you do not see, we say thank you very much to all of you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Uh, Thank you, Fash, for all you do. Fash, you do a lot behind the scene in terms of media.com and the media news. And thank you, Mike Udenton. Mike, I appreciate all the things you do. So many of you, thank you, Nonso, for all the things, for all the job you guys do behind the scene. It is indeed a good time to be in Anambra to see that the will of the people is not discarded, that the people, being resolute, and the people eventually got that which they've been demanding. It's very simple. They've been demanding to say, we want to elect someone of our choice. Let us, have the right to do that. And you can see here now. So this is another feed from BBC there now. So I think at this point, Professor Soludo will now come out to begin to speak to the people. So let me quickly allow you guys to watch Professor Soludo is doing.
Ihe na-ahụ bụ etu ndị mmadụ si enwe aṅụrị n'Isu Ọfịa, ndị obodo niile nupụtara n'ikem na-agbali egwu. N'agbanyeghị na akpọchabeghị rizọtụ kpọmkwem, mana nke a kpọrọ akpọ onye ji aha ndị apụga were azọ ya bụ ọkwa ọchịchị bụ Soludo yanwa na-aga ya na-atụga apụ ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ jupụtara na-agba egwu ọṅụ n'oge na-adịghị anya ka ụmụaka obodo a nupụtara n'ike na-enwe ọṅụ ha bịara ikpere ya ekpere ha na-enwe ọṅụ na-agụ egwu ugbu a obodo niile ile anya gị hụ ọnụ ụzọ ama agha oghe ndị mmadụ ka na-enubata n'ike n'ebe a ọṅụ juru ebe niile obi dị ndị mmadụ ọcha dịka ya so
if this was to be some people's houses, right? There is no way the security, even if this election is won, I don't want to mention their name, but many of you who know them personally will know what I mean. You will not be able to come into their houses in this way, even if you're coming in to celebrate that that individual has won. Look at the grandma again. The grandma is enjoying. The grandma is happy. I mean, unless you're a sadist, honestly, when you see your people genuinely, no one here was paid to be here. But when people are genuinely happy, celebrating their vote, finally, then we should know that it is something of joy. So what, again, everyone is waiting for the official declaration. Listen, we must all ensure that Soludo doesn't fail us. We must. I mean, that's where my mind is going. That's where my mind is already fixed in how we must help him and how we must hold him responsible. That he must work for you and I. He must work for He must.
nwoke dị ya ma nwaanyị dị onye ọbụla na-enwere obi aṅụrị na-agbali egwu na-ekele Chukwu dịka ha si ekwu na Chukwu ma Soludo onye obodo Isuofia bụ onye ojobeghị m anya maka na anaghị m ekiri nke a na-eme n'isi ụlọ ọrụ ndị INEC dị n'Awka daba amabeghị m kpọmkwem ma INEC okwuola ha ụgha na onye meriri ntuliaka mana dịka ndị nke akpọpụtagoro akpọpụta ugbu a ihe Soludo ji akarị ndị na-esote ya n'azụ dịkasị ebe a were ụkwụ lawa Ọnịcha maka na ndị Igbo na-atụ ilu si na nwa ebe esitawa Ọnịcha ọ dị nso ya mere ndị mmadụ ji jupụta n'abalị a na obi Chukwuma Soludo nna Chukwuma Soludo gbara afọ 90 years apụtaga ebe a gbacha egwu nke ya ha jirikọ nwayọ kpọrọ ya kpọkpọ n'ime ụlọ ugbu a sị ndị obodo niile nọzi ebe a na-agba egwu na-ekele Chukwu na-abụ abụ na-ekpe ekpere ụmụaka abịabuo na laa ekecha ha akwụkwọ kee ha mmanya ha ala ugbu a obodo niile ejupụtara ebe a na-agba egwu ahụ na-ekele Chineke maka ihe a na-ekwu adịghị ihe a na-eme onye ọbụla obi chukwu ma Soludo dị ebe a na-emezi pati ọ bụrụ nke keke obi dị gị Yeah, what do you think?
Thank you for Jesus. Thank you for Jesus.
n'otu ndị mmadụ si anọ ọnụ na-ekele Chukwu
see so. Look me well. No, look at that. I want to that. And I see it. Oh, look at it. See it. What do you want? I'm not going to man. Yeah, you don't know fast. I'm a governor brother. I'm a governor brother. No, let us hello.
Ọ dị mma dịka anyị ka nọkwa ebe ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ ka na-enubatakwa n'ikem n'ikem dịka ị na-ele anya ndị mmadụ ka na-abata ụlọ anaghịkwa abanye mmadụ oche anaghị aba mmadụ obi dị ndị mmadụ ụtọ dịka ha bịara iso Chukwu ma Soludo kelee Chukwu n'agbanyeghị na akpọpụtarakwa mpụtara ntuli aka kpọmkwem dịka m si nọrọ ebe a anọghị ma na m ekiri kpọmkwem etu ihe si eme mana nke ikpeazụ m lere anya akpọpụtabeghị mpụtara ntuli aka kpọmkwem mana ndị nke a na-akpọrọ akpọ Chukwu ma Soludo bụ onye na-aga na ihe o ji agakwa n'okpuru ibu o merierarị na ihe dịka okpuru ọchịchị 16 maọbụ 17 bụ ndị nke akpọpụtararị akpọ YPP meriri n'otu okpuru ọchịchị ebe PDP meriri n'otu okpuru ọchịchị bụ ndị nke akpọpụtagoro akpọ
not going to happen. Oh, pardon me. I am indeed sorry. I didn't know that my camera was off, but thank you for letting me know. Those of you who commented that I have no audio. So what I'm saying in essence is I want to address the point some of you are raising, saying that we should basically, or rather, I should explain how we can help Professor Soludo to succeed without actually him, how we can help him to succeed. And what I'm saying in essence is we can help Professor Soludo to succeed by engaging with him. We have to engage him, ensure that if there are ideas, that he receives these ideas. There are many of Nigerians, indeed, but globally, who are willing to bring ideas and let them run with these ideas, especially ideas on how to regarding infrastructural development, which is one of the most critical things that we need. We need infrastructural development in the Southeast. And these things we can do. If you recall, last year on this platform, we sat down here with Professor Charles Soludo for over 3 hours discussing about the COVID, the pandemic, and the lessons or the opportunity it might offer us. Being a man of certain level of thinking, he talked about which even, it was actually my positioning, which he agreed with, which was, I argued that Nigeria, having learned what Ethiopia and Madagascar was doing at that moment, probably didn't need to lock down entirely, because if the Western world were locking down, we probably didn't need to go the same route that they were going. The point of convergence is we agreed and we looked at ways, and at that point, there were suggestions I personally made. He said, well, he's not going to comment on them because, bear in mind, he was still advising President Muhammadu Buhari. So let it not be as if it's he's making something or pronouncement that he's not supposed to make. But having said that, he came across as a man who is who could listen. And I've listened to people saying he's arrogant. Well, I think, being brilliant probably at some time comes with a level of people thinking that one is arrogant. Like I've said about Buhari, I don't necessarily care. In governance, it's not about the Zaza-room relationship. It's about work. Do the things, be creative, do the things you ought to do. I don't care about whether you're arrogant or not. But treat the people right. Do the things, do not commingle our money. Use your God-given initiative and creativity to see how you can generate money to run the states. If these things are done, voila, who cares? One of the things we must also do is that, Professor Soludo, we must hold you to account if eventually you are declared winner, that you must reduce the level of convoy. This is wastage. I believe this is one thing Valentine Mosbo would have done as well, because Valentine is someone who doesn't like extravagancy and he doesn't like wastage. But here, you have to do the same. There is one thing in this debate, even in my conversation with Valentine Mosbo, that struck me. Valentine said that one of the things he will do if he becomes the governor of Anambra State is to encourage the Anambra citizens of Anambra State to begin to construct road. Imagine, for instance, in Imoni's community, if he constructs 2 kilometers road, Valentine said, if you do 2 kilometers road, the state will come help do 2 kilometers, making it 4 kilometers, and can probably even name that road after you. So you own it, you maintain. And knowing my people, if this place is going to be Mazezoke Square, Mazezoke Street, Mazezoke Express, but I'm just kidding, or E-Money Avenue, knowing that he's going to go take a picture with the governor, blah, blah, all the state effigy. That's going to encourage people. I wish that some of these people that contested in this election would somehow ignore parties and close ranks in order to deliver quality leadership to the people of Anambra. Maybe some of you would say, Mazi, you are too utopic, you are too idealistic. Maybe. Why not? If it is about working for a people, working for your state and working for the great Igbo nation, why not? Then I ask, why are we dotted? We are dotted because they say we are. We are dotted because we now have to be dotted in order to know that we are dotted. Does that make sense? Never mind. I don't even know. But the good thing, people, like I said, is we have to do whatever, the spirit that has been, this thing has generated. We must not allow that to die down. Be that when it concerns our brothers and sisters that are in the struggle, we must come together to begin to respect one another and look at these things regarding the things we can do for ourselves, not only the things we will be expecting others to do. Because Anambra State, it is an aberration that Anambra State will not be generating enough money or more money than Imo, Enugu, and Ebonyi State. It is an aberration. It means there are a series of leakages happening where this money is being squandered. And is that the case? Then, Professor Soludo, it behoves on you to ensure that whatever happens, that these
join Kids Hat Family.
That these things has to be blocked.
Amen. If I get man, oh my God,
now listen to this. This is very instructive. The things Professor Soludo said here. It strikes me as someone who suddenly, or rather, maybe it's been there, many of us didn't know, who has begun to have a connection with these young people and knows the right chord to strike at the right time. Have a listen to what he said here.
In Jesus' name. Amen. If I get man, oh my God, it's off young man, go to luck, go for like
Professor Soludo started
Nanya. Yes, I was on Gabona. Anambra were good luck na Chuko for Nanya. Uno Nanya. Anambra were good luck. Anambra were good luck. Anambra we good luck na Chuko for Anambra we good luck na Chuko. Okay. O nwere ife m ga-test kịta. Kedu ndị na-ekwu eziokwu n'ime ụnụ? Okay. Eziokwu nchọrọ ife nchọrọ ịjụ ụnụ. And ikwu eziokwu bụ eziokwu ifere ekwensu. Wetụcha n'aka. Una n'ife na-ekwu. Ụmụaka ndị niile sobu wee bịa na ndị pụrụ apụ wenye n'aka enu. Ndị sobu na ndị pụrụ apụ ndị bịabugo ọnụ wenye n'aka enu n'ọnụ ka anyị fụba ndị bịa.
Community people
ọbụrụ na nne ya ndị niile nwere aka na asọbugo bịa mbụ unu na-ekwu eziokwu. Ọbịa o nwere ife maka etu a unu bịa unu juru nnukwu. Anyị ga-enwe ụbọchị unu ga-abịa, anyị ga-anọtụ anyị wee nwee aṅụrị, a na-agba m egwu, na-aṅụ, na-eri, na-eme. Mana etu a unu si wụọ ya jaa, ma ndị ya eje akwụkwọ echi, ma ndị ya eje lara ụla, nwa obere oge chi ejie, unu anaghị eje anywhere. Unu ọchọ ka anyị gbara.
I hope you understand what he's trying to do there. He's trying to find a very, very cunning way to send the kids to go home without necessarily saying it. So that's what it's. I found it funny. Brilliantly done. He's just trying to find a way to dismiss them because the result is not yet officially announced. But obviously, people wouldn't have it. If you have won 17 out of 19 local government, come on, why don't you?
onwe kefu a na-anụ mana faka na-agbakọ ya, faka na-agbakọ result, ana ba agbakọ ya na-agbakọ ya na-agbakọ ya, anyị na-aṅa ntị mana ife anyị fụgo fa na-eme ọ dịkwanụ nka, ọ dịkwanụ ka Chineke azaga ekpere ụnụ.
Amen.
Ana m ekele ụnụ niile na ekpere ụnụ niile na nkwado ụnụ niile na amụmanya abalị niile ụnụ, ma ndị Block Rosary, ma ekpere niile ụnụ na-ekpe ụnụ niile ebe niile. Chineke nke Anambra, Chineke nke ndị Igbo, Chineke nke Nigeria, ọ naghị alahụ ụla. A faithful God. Ife ahụ o kwuru na ọ ga-eme ka ọ ga-eme. And ife Chukwu kwuru, ife o kwuru na o mego gịnị? Ife o tere na o mego gịnị? Ọnya ka anyị ga-esi ụnụ nnọọ na ije anyị na-eje bụ ije Chineke na onwe ya kwadoro. Onye nwa wepụtara ya wee sị anyị jebe ije a. Ananya bụ Chineke bidoro njem a ga-eduru anyị ruo n'isi ya in Jesus name. Ekpere ụnụ niile Chineke azaghị ya. Wee na-asị ụnụ ebe na-aṅụrị ụmụaka anyị ife a na-azọkwa n'ọchịchị ahụ maka ụmụ nwa, ọ maka ọdịmma ụnụ, ọdịmma ụnụ, echi ụnụ, ma ọdịmma ụmụ nke ụnụ ga-amụta na ụmụ ụnụ. Ọnya bụ ife anyị na-azọrọ ife a, ọ ka ọ dịrị ụnụ mma. Ọkwụ na anụ ya ana m edebe ụnụ amakata, ụnụ amakata mụ na onye be m na-asha anyị na-asha anyị asị ha nọ ebe gị na onye be gị na-asha anyị ụmụaka mba ya chali nwa mgbe afọ.
Oh, Soludo is. I think, honestly, I think the two, like I keep telling us, in this election, we had two good candidates. That was the APGA and PDP. Either of them, fantastic for the state. But again, like I keep saying in my analysis without saying names, one of them goes beyond just the Southeast. Will be like more or less, in our estimation, Emayobara, to coordinate the activities of the whole Southeast. You know, there is one thing many of us, especially many of our brothers in the struggle, will have to know. There is something about Soludo. There is a way he explained. I know someone is saying here that he never heard of him until he heard about a roommate who told him how he taught them economics. There is a way he explains complex things for even the novice, even the uncaught, even the uneducated to understand. Only thing we pray is that this level will be brought to bear in his governance of Anambra State by the time he will be officially declared. Caveat here, he hasn't been officially declared, because even here, he said it in his little speech. Be that as it may, every one of us, you know, will have to join force to ensure that he doesn't fail. We must help him not to fail. A couple of people have failed us before in the past. Governance is not only about road construction and every other thing. You know, there is this Parapoism happening in Nigeria where you have the North-South divide. We must have someone who could stand, look at the president in the eyes, say things to him, ensure that will make him to know this is what my people want without blinking an eyelid. And in doing so, not equally insulting the person as the president, but for the president to go to sleep and say, wow, for a long while, nobody has ever spoke to me in this way. Nobody have ever spoken to me in this way. And nobody has ever probably done X, Y, Z. Because obviously, when you are a governor, you are actually, quote unquote, a president of that state, because that's what you are. You take responsibilities. You should talk about the long-term planning within that state. You talk about how to manage the economy of that place. You become creative and what are the things you can do in order to ensure that your state is blessed. While we await to see INEC, you know, declaring the final result, the last time I checked, INEC said they were still waiting for. They were still waiting, or they went in to consult amongst themselves. So when they come out, hopefully they will make their pronouncement, and the people will see whatever that is. Let me invite the governor of Anambra State, Governor Willie Obiano, to once more sing for us his song that he composed, that the mamas and the papas are now singing. Obiano, please, welcome. I think I can't watch this video without laughing because of the gag. Sorry. I think the ga cracks me up anytime I watch it. I hear ga, you know. So we are having a small. All of you that voted, even those that did not vote, I can actually tell you that if my good friend Adamu was to be here, he will also be happy with Soludo because actually Adamu is a happiness man.
All right.
Why not?
Have you voted?
I'm voted, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm happiness, I'm voted, yeah.
tell me your feeling after voting today.
Yeah, after voting, I'm feeling okay. What I want, I get it on the result. I'm getting the party I want is the one going on. Thank you for that.
What are you expecting from these people you voted?
I'm voted, they can do what you want, and then when they want, what they want, inshallah, we'll happiness more.
So I agree with Adamu, to certain level. Of course, the people are happiness, they voted. But Adamu, I disagree with you that they can do what they want, when they want, and inshallah. But I also agree with you that we are happiness more, but they cannot do what they want. And that's where the departure line is. We must not allow whoever wins, most likely Professor Soludo, to do whatever he wants. No, he must do what you and I want as in the Anambra. He must do that thing we've been yearning for. We've been thinking and strategizing and racking our brains. How do we make an Igbo to become the Japan of Africa? It's been in the oven. There are so many theses, so many papers written, filed, everything. But time has come to begin to undust those documents and look at how we make it happen. How do we begin to take away the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway that has become a death trap, even when the government has been working on it since 1999? How can we take it off them and fix it, run it, tax the road? These are things that should be, worrying every person from the Southeast now. Is it an impossibility for us to construct a rail line from Agbo to Onitsha, from Onitsha to Newi, Okija, down to maybe Port Harcourt, Elele, go back to Calabar, connected by road without waiting on the federal government? Some of you watching will say, oh, no, Maz, you do not understand the exclusive list. I said, no, you do not understand that there is something that even the exclusive list is negotiable. Aviation is in the exclusive list. Yet, Anambra State built in record time their own airport. Aviation is in the exclusive list. Yet, late day Sam Mbakwe built the Imo airport with the state's money. Aviation is in the exclusive list. Yet, Governor Alma Kura built an airport in his own state using state funds. Federal roads is in the exclusive list, yet the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, sections of it was fixed by Governor Willie Obiano, built Okpokikube, the bridges, the celebration of cement that we call bridge today in Anambra. He built it. He got refunded. Road construction, federal roads, yet in the exclusive list. During the time of Governor Rotimi Amechi, he constructed from Port Harcourt to Elele up to the boundaries of Imo State and got that money refunded. That road is still in the exclusive list. And Rochas Anayochukwu Okorocha constructed the Imo section of that road, and that money was refunded. Let us have men with ideas that cannot think, and we cannot be arguing about second Niger Bridge. Men who can think, why can't we have fourth Niger Bridge, or even have Asaba Onitsha Bridge with a rail line running on it? Let us have men who do not have any restriction, who shouldn't be bothering themselves about, not only how is it possible that these things can be financed, but men who would only ask questions, why not? Can we turn this state to Dubai in 4 years, in 8 years, in 12 years, in 16 years? If we start and stick with this plan, yes, we can do it. Let's have men who will say, why not? And why can't it be possible? I see possibilities and I see opportunities. And I do pray and hope that we will get to a point where people will begin to see some of these things that we discuss. Because at the end of the day, what is governance if the people are not happy? What is governance? You're there to govern a people as a leader to bring direction. We see our grandmoms there. We see our paps in the village there. They all dance, but they have no much idea or what a transformational leader or what transformational leadership is. We have seen, so many, people coming. All they do is the effigy of being a governor. They are comfortable riding on convoys, running the same voters that voted for them up the street because of the speed they apply when they go from one point to the other. I hope by the time the result is officially announced, many of us will take the back seat and start what we call agenda setting. And then agenda setting that is not there to benefit you and I, to our public pockets, but for once that we can look as Ndibo and say, no, it is not about you, it is not about me, but about us as a collective. Us as a collective in the sense that we will begin to look at those things that we will do now in the year 2022 to the year 2026, that when our children and grandchildren will look back, they will marvel the way we now marvel when we have men like Dr. Michael Obara, whom we call MI Power, MI Obara. This is, in my estimation, where we should be heading to. And I believe that by the grace of God, that is where we are headed to. While I'm still waiting for some of my guests to join me, obviously, because of internet connectivity, we will go back to review some of the results and bring to you what is happening. I am so happy that many of us, or many of you who are joining me from the diaspora, are happy that we've been able to offer something to bridge a gap, bringing you the updates, giving you the analysis of what is happening in Anambra and what it means and the implication for us. Imagine if everything goes right. There is no way, because I know it's a conversation that we have had but not detailed. There is no way that when we have someone who understands what it means, that you have to leave Houston, you have to leave London Heathrow, you have to leave London Manchester, you have to leave Frankfurt, you have to leave Hamburg, you have to leave Spain, Madrid, and you want to fly down to your country. You don't want to spend a day or two in Lagos, but you have to have a choice to fly down to Anambra within record time. It's only those in authority that can make it happen. But for us to make that happen, we must put people in authority who understand the implication and how to make this happen. People like me, yes, that's where my bias is. I want to fly to the world. I want to move around the world from my state without having to think of, I need to go through Abuja to do X, Y, Z. But yes, the moment I get into the plane, I can jet off. Because someone who is in Lagos doesn't need to think, I need to go to Enugu to take off from Enugu. I need to go to Calabar to take off from Calabar. No. All he worries himself about is, there is traffic on Oshodi Apapa Expressway. That's all he worries himself about. There is a Ajau Airport Road. There is traffic there. Let same be my worry. Let my worry be that, there is traffic between Uke and Enugu Onitsha Expressway. Let that be my worry. While I go back to the back channel, please watch this video of a man, I believe, was the best thing that has happened to the Eastern region. A man I think anyone who should govern us must have his way of thinking. He must become our benchmark. Once Anambra is done and dusted, people collectively as Ndibo, we must move into Imo and Abia State and rescue them. Abia has had the misfortune of having bad governance. But this time around, with our collective strength, we must rescue our Abia State. Imo State, that is given. People, watch.
Kenga. Kenga. Oh, Kenga. Shall you see your sunrise, Kenga? Shall you see your sunrise?
My first encounter with him was in December 1940.
He was a gifted man all round. There is no area you talk about or you walk about that he will not show you how it is done.
He was able to use cocoa, palm oil, and a few other products locally to run one of the fastest growing economies in the world.
That he was named MI Power.
Later, Dr. Michael Iwanokara Babara.
Papara took over at a time when there were no institutions.
Even though the eastern region was the poorest of the regions at the time.
He was a pioneer. He had to lay the foundation for this. Whatever he sets his hands on, which is good, he will see to it that it is done properly.
From January till December, there was always a new project, that was commissioned.
He's a very pragmatic person, but always rooted in the people.
Like that, as if he was so, he was in such a hurry that he wanted to do so much.
Unfortunately, the Civil War dislocated so many things.
I personally felt extremely sad.
Because the ideas and the principle which they stood for, their successors in many cases didn't follow. And that's where we are seeing today.
Onyagala 1 year, that's leave nobody behind. Philosophy of the Igbo community, that's what it built into.
The politics of then was politics of principles.
Truth was that he was an honest man. He was really a nationalist. He didn't build a house, even in his hometown. He was a dedicated Nigerian of Igbo extraction.
Down forever. We shall rise again. We shall yet see our sunrise. You can get sunrise.
How many people that you know today that are governors, would you ever think that if they depart this world today, that someone in 2 minutes could sum their life in this way, and you can watch it and you get ghost pimple, you feel, how did we get it wrong? How did we depart from these men of his caliber, into the cucumbers and carrots, thieves and looters that we have today? How did we do that? How did we get to that place? Then you ask yourself, even you watching me, how did we get to a place where we began to praise thieves? We began to praise murderers. That even when after governing and they looted your own fund, the state sent them to prison. By some hanky-panky agreement, they come out. You, the same person that was raped without any form of protection, will go and hire band, go and sue Ashebi, go and wait for them in Imo Airport to welcome them. Rather than welcoming them with stones in your hand, no, you didn't. You just go welcome them to come back. When they run for Senate, you, the same person they've raped as governor, will go back and still vote for them Have you seen any of their votes that after voting you see the level of elation that you see in Anambra today? No, you don't. When was the last time you see a people geared up, even those that said no election last week, by the virtue of what they are seeing now, some of them are basically, no offense meant, but you can see that many of them are actually keen into what is happening. Because many of us who saw where the whole thing is headed and saying, no, people, my brothers and my sisters, I do believe and honestly do believe that it's not the right thing to do at this material point in time. But here we are in a new dawn. Hopefully, if this new dawn is not truncated, there must be a collective will and zeal to ensure that the new government, incoming government, does not fail. Oh, of course, many people will say, but this current one probably didn't do all the things that was promised. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. There is a lot that is, that is not done. But as the elders will say, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross. On a lighter note, some of you, like I said yesterday night, some of you, it will be very hard for some of you to make heaven. Some of you have gone to Imo State. Some of you have gone to Imo State. Look at what you did. Let me share some of the things you've done. And, I said, okay, if that is the case, I will share it here. You have said this is what you did to Hope Uzodimma. And I said, but Hope Uzodimma is not contesting in Anambra State. So why are you people so wicked? Huh? Should I show you what some of you did to Hope? They say some of you are saying that you have blown Hope Uzodimma 1 blow, 7 apples. Should I show you what some of you sent me? Should I share what some of you sent me? What you have done to Hope Uzodimma? If you don't want to, I can, but do you want me to share actually what some of you? I say again, some of you wouldn't make heaven. Look at one, some of you have, you see, he said this is what you have done to Hope Uzodimma. 1 blow, 7 apples. To the point that his face is, I said, now wow. So even the Supreme Court now, Arrow says, henceforth, the enemies of our friends should be our enemy equally. No kidnappers, no open grazing. I don't understand, but this one, I mustn't understand anything. So, why would anybody send me this thing? Why would anybody send me this thing saying that this is what you have done to Hope Uzodimma, 1 blow, 7 apples? Why? Why would anybody send me this? This is pancake. And even the face is angry. And as I'm speaking to you, stop sending me because I have even got another one. Hi, Jesus Christ, some of you. If I tell you won't make heaven, I'm not joking. Look at what you have done to Hope Uzodimma. Huh? How can you do something like this to him? A whole governor, you didn't fear. And you just did him, gave him such blow. Make una dey fear God, oh. Make una dey fear God, oh. But what I can tell you guys is that appears many of you didn't, many of you, even when you didn't vote, you, even when you didn't vote, you didn't want APC to win. But again, my argument had always been, when it comes to election, use your vote and flog those you don't like by not voting. Because if you leave a lacuna, they may actually use that lacuna that your absence in the electoral ballot box created to turn around and flog you. When we say, I don't want to get into the argument that Imo State is not Anambra. Let's not get into that argument. But as it is, a lot is happening. So people, I will be leaving us now. What's going to happen is we will go back and, if you still are awake, can you kindly stay awake? The results, we are waiting for INEC to come back, and I will jump back right in. But equally, the results that Abatete results, we still will get people who talk about it, we analyze it, and eventually, hopefully, we will expose those behind it. We'll expose those behind it. Not me, please, people, not me. Somebody sent me this thing and said this is what they've done to Hope. And I'm sharing it with you to show you so that when DSS comes, so that you can bear me witness that I am not the one that shared this. Look at what they've done to somebody, all in the name of election. You people should take your time. This is a governor you are doing this thing to. Stop doing government. Look, how can you send me this thing saying this is what APGA have done to Hope? It's not fair now. Even there was, but I don't want to share that one before YouTube would say I am sharing violence. But be that is meant. However you want to take it, it appears that some people are not happy. Some people, I don't know who did this to Hope, please. DSS, I don't know who did it, please, I only received it. In fact, I've deleted it. Some of you say he's okay. Before I leave you people, 1 below 7 apples, please. Before I leave you, if you have been watching Mazes for so long, but you have not subscribed, use your church mind and subscribe today, because your happiness more. Use your church mind. Just click the like button. How come? Others are getting up to 1 million subscribers. Me, I can't even get to 1 million. Subscribe. I'm begging you. Use the church mind. Use the Soludo church mind now. At least today, we have over half a million, no, 500,000 people watching. Up to 1,000 people across social media platforms. On Ginger Media, I think it's over 500. But if use your church mind, if all of you watching me now subscribe, it will be nice. And one thing again, share the video. Share. Before I leave you, I will once more bring the governor to sing for you. The governor has released the music. Let him sing for you, then I will see you later.
APGA, up, gaga,